going to do all of my own work, and I'm not going to have to wait on a gatekeeper, and I'm not going to have to share my profits, is incredible. And it's very freeing and very important for a lot of folks, especially if what you're writing does not fit into the current mainstream. 15 years ago, what I'm writing would not have fit into the mainstream, because it's today's mainstream, it's not then's mainstream. I am lazy. Like, I'm wearing a dress and leggings because I look like I know what I'm doing without actually having to know. My entire suitcase is mix and match leggings and dresses. It's amazing, I love this trend. I don't want to do my own cover design. I don't want to do my own typesetting. I don't want to pay for my own editorial. I don't want to do my own marketing. The list of things I don't want to do is incredibly long, whereas the list of things I do want to do is basically watch television, pet the cat, go to Disneyland. So it is the reason I negotiate with publishers, even though they do take some of my money. You know, they get more from an individual book sale than I do, but they've also done more work to make sure that you can buy that book than I have, and they've been very good for me. And that is why some people will choose to stay with traditional publishing, even in today's world of self-publishing, because we're lazy. I love having people who understand this Pikachu doing it for me. I do. It makes me so happy. For those of you who came in late, I'm not allowed to swear because it's pre-watershed, so I'm substituting the names of Pokemon. I adore it. As to why I have to negotiate with them, they understand things better than I do. And so when I said, okay, I'm finishing the Newsflash trilogy, I would really like to do this book called Rewind, or I can write this other book about genetically engineered parasites. I always do try to have an or, because I have more ideas than I have time to write books. Their response was, we really want another Newsflash book. That will make us a lot of money, especially right now. But we want to make a lot of money off you in the long term. So it is important that we show that you are a diverse author, that you are an author who is capable of writing more than just this one setting. And they were right. I think if we had done Rewind for the 2013 book, yes, 2013. If we had done Rewind for 2013 and Parasite in 2014, what we would have shown is that I was a one-trick pony. That if you just waited, you would get more zombies and you don't have to follow me anywhere else. And instead we did Parasite, we've got this trilogy. And we've shown that I will write other things. Now maybe you don't like them as well. I've had a lot of people not like Sal, who is the protagonist of my Parasite trilogy. Not because they don't like Sal, but because she is not Georgia. And that frustrates me, because you are welcome to not like Sal. Absolutely don't like her. But don't like her because of who she is, not because of who she isn't. And because of that, I think Rewind would actually have been a harder sell, ironically, than people think it would. Because the blog team for Rewind, they're Democrats. They're weirdos. I am a Democrat. We're all weirdos. Our POV character, the first-person narrator, is an Irish expatriate who married the newsie on her team to get a green card because she didn't want to be in Ireland anymore, but is dating their team fictional and planning to get a divorce from the team newsie now that she doesn't have to explain to her girlfriend. And it's a whole thing. So yeah, I do have to negotiate. They know better than I do what the market is bearing right now, and if I'm willing to write two things, they'll go for the one that is better for the market today. And thus far, they have pretty much not steered me wrong. I get frustrated sometimes. Stephen King became Richard Bachman during the 80s, and described it as feeling like a husband whose wife only wanted to put out once a year, so he needs to get another publisher. And I'm starting to threaten to become a third person. I write more than they will publish. I also cannibalize my own sales. If you look at last year's Hugo nominating numbers, you'll see I got an enormous number of nominations because I write an enormous amount of Clefairy. Like, so much. But there's no consensus on what is best. So if you're nominating for Best Short Story, 6 people will nominate 6 different stories because I wrote 6 different stories. If I only wrote one, it would be much easier. So you nominate you cannibalize your nominations, you cannibalize your sales if you put out too much. And thus they kind of put the brakes on me sometimes. They're like, no. Your true fans, yes, they would buy a book a month, we know. No. Most people wouldn't. Come back. Look, Seanan, Disney Cruise Line. Go on a Disney cruise. There's no